In fact, talking about Hexaware, let's address the numbers. We've got on board with us our Srikrishna, the CEO at Hexaware, joining in. Mr. Srikrishna, a strong quarter led by sales execution. Do you expect this to continue in the next few quarters too?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we had a strong start. It's our first quarter, so it's a great beginning to the year. We grew revenue by 3.9%, which is a little bit higher than we had expected. We had guided that there'll be better growth in the middle of the year. So, it is a great start. A lot of drivers for growth. APAC and Europe were major drivers for growth, which is very consistent with our strategy. IMS, once again, was the service line that headline growth for us. And from a vertical perspective, a number of verticals did well. But most importantly, we had called out that 6 months ago that manufacturing and consumer, we are expecting to see a turnaround because of new strategy and new leadership. And we actually saw that that was the fastest growing vertical for the quarter.
Okay. So do you expect the strong momentum in order wins to continue going forward too?
Yes, so we feel very good about our pipeline. This year, this quarter last year, our order booking was smaller than this. Even though actually sequential quarter there's a drop in NN booking, but that's consistent with the patterns through the year. But more interestingly, our EN pipeline is growing substantially. And our EN pipeline is growing substantially because of a combination of 4 factors. The fact that we've expanded our capabilities, there is more to consume from us for our customers. Our customers, especially the older ones, have finally started seeing that we've changed and transformed. We have better account teams to communicate the messages. And finally, the quality of accounts we've acquired in the last 3 years, there's a lot of headroom in each of them to grow. So our pipeline in NN is strong, but it is really strong in our existing clients.
Hi there, thanks so much for joining in. Srikrishna, despite a strong Q1, you haven't changed the guidance from 10 to 12%. Why is that so?
I prefer to wait for another quarter, middle of the year. That'll give us enough data to make a change if you need to make a change, which is what we did last year too.
So then can you explain what's driving the 10 to 12% growth guidance and which are the verticals in which you are seeing an uptake that will lead the growth?
Well, at this point, to meet the upper end of the growth, we need less than 3% CQGR, both from a revenue and EPS perspective. So it's not a tough climb, but yet, we want to make sure that we have one more quarter data point before making any changes one way or the other.
Talk a little bit about, Hexaware's 3-pronged strategy. You want to focus on high growth areas. That was launched last year. So how is it shaping up?
Right. So we said actually, we got to fix some problem areas. We got to continue to focus on areas that are doing well, and we're going to unleash some new areas of growth. That was really the 3-pronged strategy. And the first one was we said the problem areas to fix were manufacturing and consumer vertical. I just spoke about it, the fact that it is actually among the top 2 growing verticals this quarter. The second area was enterprise services as a horizontal. For the last 3 years, that's been actually shrinking for us. This quarter, actually, it grew very smartly, 4.5% quarter on quarter. The third one was professional services vertical. We expect it to show Q-on-Q growth from next quarter. So those were the 3 areas that we said we will fix.
Out of the 3 deal wins in Q1, one came from Baring's portfolio. Is that the new growth area for the company?
It is certainly an important growth lever for us. Baring is expanding, their investments. They're becoming larger, both in terms of total size of the portfolio and individual size of the clients, the companies they invest in. So the companies they invest in now, each of them become an interesting potential customer for us.
All right, we wish you all the very best. Thanks very much for sharing with us the growth outlook as well as the plans for which verticals will lead the growth and your key deal win strategies. So clearly going to focus on the domains that are working well for the company in the past quarters. The order pipeline as well from the existing customers looks strong. The stock price though continues to be hammered out of shape. That's Hexaware for you, down 11% in today's trading session.